Living in a fast globalizing world, smart leaders no longer sit back in their comfort zones and wish for a dramatic change in the lives of the people they are leading. No, they get up and go out in search of new ways of solving old problems. They build critical alliances with like-minded leaders in other parts of the world and sign crucial agreements that will open doors of progress to their own people. That was exactly what the governor of Anambra State, Chief Wele Obiano did on his recent trip to the city of Orange in New Jersey, United States of America, where he signed a sisterly agreement between the city of Orange and the government of Anambra State. When Governor Obiano arrived at the offices of Mayor Dwayne D. Warren, he met a visibly delighted and warm political leader waiting to receive him with wide open arms.
Chifoye is the national chairman of our party.
Oh, very important man.
Let me introduce the Attorney General of the state.
As should be the case, Obiano arrived with a small professional team made up of the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Dr. Mrs. Ujunwoko, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Anambra State Investment Promotion and Protection Agency, ANSEPA, Mr. Jide Kako, the Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Uche Okafo, the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Primus Odili, and the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. James Eze. After the warm reception, the team quickly moved over to the mayor's office for a private meeting between the two leaders behind closed doors, after which the governor outlined the areas where Anambra State hoped for assistance from the city of Orange.
I'm interested in the fire trucks, and education exchange programs, things in the health area. We've been wanting some good hospitals to adopt one of our hospitals, and therefore bring them up in many ways, equipment-wise, training, and what have you. They can see the name here, whatever it is that they want to do. We're also interested in the environment area, waste management. I'm impressed with the level of cleanliness of the city of Orange, and we haven't achieved that level of cleanliness for so many reasons. And what we do currently is waste movement. We move waste from here and dump it there. Then it stays there. When that place is filled up, we look for another place, we move waste and dump it there. So that's not eco-friendly in any manner. What we prefer is waste management. So the guys that will move it from here, go there, and now do a few things that will bring money or otherwise, so that the environment will be clean.
That's right.
And you have some initiatives in that area that will be very useful to us. We have the largest gas deposit in Africa, in Anambra, at Ibaria, 40 cubic feet of gas. We will not be able to tap it. And I understand gas is far easier than producing oil. So of course, they're all entangled,
And it's clean.
We'll get initiatives, anything that can help the states get into that, you're welcome. We have 3 producing oil wells in Anambra State, 2 all in the north, 3 of them in the northern part of Anambra State, 2 in Aguleri, incidentally, the place I come from. But the company does not have the money to develop the well. But the one in Obibele is producing and working very well. Before they were confused whether the oil block is situated in Anambra or in another state. but that was cleared by a lot of things that we did, and they found it in Anambra. So they are talking to us now on many things, social corporate responsibility.
He also offered extensive insights into how his wife, Chief Mrs. Obiano, also DMA, assists his administration in making important interventions in the lives of Anambra, especially the vulnerable members of the society.
My wife runs a charity organization called Cafe. What they do is that they pick mentally challenged people off the streets, put them in the home, feed them, nurse them back to health, and now give them opportunity to learn a trade before releasing them. So she also gives people limbs, prosthetic limbs.
The governor ended his speech by inviting the mayor to visit Anambra State later this year.
Yeah, I would like you to lead them on the program this year. I don't know when it will be good for you to visit Anambra State. Maybe a 1-week tour, staying with me. You see how we're doing things. Sometimes it's not, when you perceive somebody from a distance, it's different from working with a guy real time.
After the governor's submission, the mayor gave a brief response.
We'll go over how we funded it and how we paid it. Because that's an important part of our apparatus. We're in an urban area that has some congestion, so it's vitally important that we have apparatus up to date. And environmentally, we do very strong ties with our state and local municipalities in terms of managing waste. Recyclables is really huge. We designate a day just for recyclables. We have a whole program around recyclables.
The party finally moved to the 4th floor of the building, where a sizable audience made up of Nigerians and African Americans had gathered to witness the historic sister agreement signing between Anambra State and the city of Orange. After formal introductions, the event got underway when Mayor Dwayne Warren gave an opening remark about what the two parties had set out to achieve with the impending sisterly agreement that was about to be signed.
I'm ecstatic that he has dignitaries here today that advance the cause of good government and that advance the cause of good society. I do have to point out, as I serve with a majority woman city council, that I was delighted to see our sister Attorney General in fine fashion. Banking all the way down to the State Assembly, to our political parties. Everyone is here present and ready to get roll up our sleeves and do some work that will transform our communities. And that's what this is all about. I do want to thank all of our administrative staff here in City Hall that helped us today. So today you'll hear about how we dream about a global world that becomes smaller because we understand that we share some of the same problems. We know that some resources may be imbalanced, but it's our desire. It is our work at this point to try to balance those resources so that people in the Anambra State can benefit from whatever technology and resources and guidance that we may have, and vice versa here in the city of Orange Township. So I want to first of all welcome you, and then I want to invite my new friend, His Excellency, to give a few words as well. Please give him a round of applause.
Governor Obiano addressed the gathering next, telling the story of the new Anambra under his watch in a carefully written address titled Waiting for America. The governor also reeled out what he called Anambra's promise to any willing investor who was keen on investing in the state. Governor Obiano also outlined what he and his team looked forward to achieving on their trip to the city of Orange.
This is one visit I look forward to. I have two reasons for that. First, I have been told that Orange is a beautiful city with a lot of beautiful and friendly people. That much I've seen so far. And secondly, I've also heard that this is one of the cities where we can find expertise and wise counsel that we need to develop Anambra State. This is therefore a historic moment for Anambra State, and I believe for the city of Orange too. I say this because what Anambra State might not have in cutting-edge technology and expertise, we have in human and material resources. Anambra is the birthplace of Nollywood, the second largest film industry in the world. Today, in terms of output, our land is blessed with natural gas, crude oil, bauxite, kaolin, salt, gypsum, lead, lignite, limestone, and iron ore, among many other natural resources. We have the largest retail market in West Africa. We have a great tourism potential with Obiano caves and waterfalls in a beautiful place we call Obiano'S and Obunike cave in Obunike in Anambra State. Very beautiful tourist sites, very close to nature. I'm sure that if we were to visit that place, it must have been one of the UN heritage sites. And we look forward to one day we'll be there to do so. Anambra is the 10th most populous state in Nigeria, with a population of 6.5 million people and a population density of 860 people per square kilometer. And in the past 5 years, we have been Nigeria's safest state, with crime rates at the lowest in living memory. I'm sure the law enforcement people here will be glad to hear that. Since I was sworn in as governor a little over 5 years ago, my team and I have been intensely focused on changing the narrative of our people. In doing so, we have declared that in our vision is to be the first choice investment destination and a hub for economic and commercial activity. And our mission is to create a socially stable, business-friendly environment where indigenous and foreigners alike will have opportunity for wealth creation. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 years down the road, I'm proud to say that we have walked our talk. We have made Anambra Nigeria's most peaceful and business-friendly environment, and we have attracted a considerable volume of investments over the past 5 years. We have invested heavily in education. As a result, a group of 5 schoolgirls from Anambra State, all under the age of 15, shocked the world in August last year when they defeated the United States of America, China, Spain, Turkey, Uzbekistan to win the gold medal at the World Technovation Challenge held at Silicon Valley. Following the footsteps of our golden girls, 4 boys from St. John's Science Technical College School, Alon, also won the bronze medal at the World Festival of Engineering, Science and Technology in Tunisia in March this year. All these give us hope to believe that our future will be brighter than our present. Our promise. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no exaggeration to say that Anambra State is the best place to locate an industry in Nigeria in the moment. We have one of the highest literacy rates in the country. We offer access to the largest retail market in West Africa, and we have the largest crop of experienced middlemen and suppliers with enough expertise to move goods across Africa. We also have easy access to industrial land, which we have mapped out in our land bank, and a speedy company registration and issuance of certificate of occupancy in record time. And perhaps, more importantly, we have been ranked as the most transparent and accountable state in Nigeria for having complied with the International Public Sector Accounting Systems accounting standards. What are we looking for in partnering with Orange Siri? Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for partners that will help us exploit our natural resources. We have over 40 trillion standard cubic of gas that has not been touched yet. We need partners that will exploit these rich reserves for our mutual benefits. We need partners for the establishment of modular refineries. We also need partners in power generation, agriculture, agro-light industries, in environmental protection, in security management, in urban development, particularly street road markings and what have you. All above, we are looking for partners in education, healthcare delivery, mass transit, and in leisure and tourism. Ladies and gentlemen, Anambra State is at our finest moment in history. Our youths are doing exploits and doing our country proud in science and technology. Our home-breed entrepreneurs are investing heavily in different sectors in the state. Last summer, we took our investment drive to Austria and threw our doors wide open to Europe. Today, we are here in the lovely city of Orange to invite America. Ladies and gentlemen, Anambra is ready for business. We are waiting for America.
The mayor of the city of Orange swiftly responded when he invited the governor to the podium and promptly read out a proclamation that specified the nature of the sisterly agreement between the city of Orange and the government of Anambra State.
Whereas the city of Orange Township is a multi-ethnic and cultural city, which includes members of the Nigerian community, and whereas the exploration of relationship will recognize and celebrate and magnify the catalytic power of people-to-people interaction through mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation. And whereas such a relationship will amplify the benefits of cultural exchange programs and local investment, and in witness of the foregoing benefits and willingness to explore a fruitful relationship, the two executive authorities hereby set their seal and execute this agreement as a relationship of mutual benefit and growth, and it has signature lines for the mayor of the city of Orange Township and this is just the first sign of a fruitful relationship where two communities did not let borders or distance bound them, but came together to make sure that we have mutual understanding and that we have mutual growth. Governor, it is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my pleasure.
In keeping with the Anambra tradition of warmth and goodwill to friends, Governor Obiano decorated Mayor Warren with a Medal of Honor from Anambra State and presented other memorabilia that symbolized the state to him as well.
Eagle bird is a very sharp bird. It has sharp eyes and the claw is very strong. I'm sure you know the eagle bird. Yeah, it represents the Anambra fellow. We're very strong people. We see far and we're strong. We grab. We hold family, you know. That depicts a typical Igbo. The white under with the cross is the Niger Bridge. Is the Niger Bridge. Niger Bridge, for now, is the only link between the southeast, the Igbo, and the other sides of Nigeria. Although the federal government is constructing the second Niger Bridge, which is in advanced stage, but this bridge represents Anambra as the link to other parts of Nigeria. The blue you see under the bridge is the River Niger. River Niger from the source in Futujelon, I believe. Yes. From Futujelon, for a long distance, it also passes through Anambra State, and supply life and economic activities to people living in that area. The little arc you can see between there are 21 of them. They represent the 21 local governments of Anambra State. The palm tree in Igbo land depicts wealth. Palm tree. So we have the green palm trees. Then the bronze in the middle. Anambra is reputed, for the artwork. This bronze carving predates European civilization. Before the Europeans came, Anambra, we've been doing bronze work. Ibuku bronze. And the place where this bronze was done and has been certified to be the oldest in the world is in Ibuku. Ibuku is one of the communities in Anambra State. The penny sign depicts wealth. The average Anambra man is always looking for adventure to make money. They are basically traders across anywhere in the world, you know. And the Star of David, you can see in the middle with the hole, depicts God Almighty. The average Igbo man believes in God, in everything is doing. The green vegetables under represent the pumpkin leaf, which we have in very large quantity in Anambra State, which we're now exporting to United States of America and UK. The tusk depicts royalty in Anambra State, and the tapestry on the tusk shows the dexterity of the average Igbo man. So you honor the mayor. Here is what you have. Here is Anambra State for you.
The most moving segment of the ceremony happened when Governor Obiano presented Anambra Diary to Mayor Warren and asked him to open the first page. The moment he opened it, the Anambra anthem began to play. For the next few minutes, everyone in the hall, including the mayor and the governor and their staff, joined in singing Anambra anthem.
To make Roberta the only ones, to make Anambra shine. With our sweat and blood, every breath of our lives, we trust in God, who will lift our homeland high. We believe in togetherness, we'll build a land of progress. Live the spirit of Anambra, live the spirit of Anambra, live the spirit of Anambra, state we love.
Further gifts were exchanged between the parties, and shortly after that, the group went down to the street where the mayor displayed the capacity of the city of Orange to fight fire with the most modern fire trucks and other gadgets. The high point of this was when Governor Obiano climbed behind the steering wheel of the fire truck in a mock demonstration of his readiness to stamp out the threat of fire in Anambra State with modern technology on his return. Mayor Dwayne Warren later showed just how hospitable he was when he took the governor and his team to a luncheon. It offered a perfect opportunity for networking and further bonding between the members of both teams. The fellow feeling that flowed between the members of both teams was not only admirable, but marked the beginning of a promising chapter in the relationship between Anambra State and the city of Orange.
Let me thank you to you, for being a very wonderful host. We know that it's going to be, because for His Excellency to leave the shores of Anambra State, Nigeria, to come to this place, he knows what he's going for. And we know him as a good technocrat who has done so well, and all the skills, experience he had, brought it to Anambra State. So coming to this place is a great privilege for us. We appreciate the justice you give to us. We appreciate the knowledge you're giving to us, the skills you're transferring to Anambra people. Our promise to you is that the relationship we establish today is going to be a very wonderful one. We're expecting you in Anambra State.
Yes.
Indeed, Governor Obiano Obiano's trip to the city of Orange, New Jersey, is another milestone in his relentless quest to find solutions for some of Anambra State's most persistent challenges, as well as open up the state for foreign investors.
He's a happy good
Silver.
Anambra State.
Hooray!
Hip hip to the United States of America.
Hooray!
Hip hip for Anambra State.
Hooray!